everybody, my name is Kayla and I'm the promotions coordinator for Burlington Green. So for those of you that are new to BG, and if this is your first event that you are attending, we welcome you and we thank you for being here. And for those of you that aren't so new to Burlington Green, welcome back. Burlington Green is a local nonprofit environmental charity. Through action, awareness, and advocacy initiatives, we work with the community to help protect the environment, mitigate climate change in order to create a healthier and more environmentally responsible Burlington. Today, we welcome you to our very first virtual meeting of our Community Eco Network. And our Community Eco Network has somewhat shifted over the last few months, but our goal remains the same, which is to connect people, inspire, and collaborate on how we can help the planet together. Thank you to the Ontario Trillium Foundation who allow us to continue our important work in raising awareness and taking climate action, and to NUVO Network who are proud supporters of the Community Eco Network. Now, usually around this time, we are gearing up for our citywide community cleanup, but of course, as you know, that won't be possible just quite yet, but we still have a lot of ways that you can get involved and help the planet right from home. So some of the best ways to stay up to date on what we are doing is to sign up for our newsletter. So we've dropped the link in the comments below, so be sure to navigate to our website and sign up to subscribe to our newsletter if you aren't already. So again, we want to thank you so much for being here. And while we are really excited to connect in person, connecting in this virtual space is still a really good way to share different ideas and learn from one another on how we can continue to help the planet. So we are upcycling cartons into bird feeders today. As you know, birds are very important pollinators and very important to our ecosystem. And I know for myself, it always makes me a little bit more joyful to see different birds in my backyard. So we hope you have fun with this craft, and let us know any other items that you would like to see upcycled in the comment section. So this activity is suitable for kids and adults and can be easily adjusted to suit whatever age necessary. The only thing is we will be working with scissors as well as a hot glue gun. So I would please advise that anybody who needs assistance, please ensure you are asking an adult or somebody to supervise and assist you through the craft. And we want to ensure that we aren't leaving the house to go and pick up materials for this project. So please get creative and think outside the box for different items that you might be able to utilize. So for supplies, you're going to need your carton, as well as scissors, a hot glue gun, extra glue sticks, paint and a paintbrush, some twine or string. It just needs to be quite durable and strong, a marker, a pencil or a small screwdriver, some sticks, and buttons or small embellishments if you'd like to decorate your carton. So first you'll need to rinse out your carton, dry it out beforehand, that is best, but if not, that's okay. I also brought a small rag with me to dry out any wet spots. So today what I am going to show you is how to do the carton with the stick roof. Now if you don't wish to do the stick roof, that is completely fine. But if you do want to do the stick roof and you have a plastic spout like this, just so you know, you can fold it in quite simply. Just push it in. There you go, and it's all flat. Good to go. So step one, we are going to make the windows. Now you can make as many windows as you'd like. You could make one window on each side, and essentially the window is what allows the bird to get into the feeder and eat. The one thing to be mindful of is when you are creating your windows, don't go too close to the bottom, because this is where the bird seed is going to sit. So you want to ensure that you are cutting your window at least 2 inches above the base to allow for ample amount of bird seed. Now I wouldn't suggest making more than 2 windows, as the more windows you add, you might be slightly destabilizing the structure of the bird feeder, but it's completely up to you. Whatever you think would be best is great. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to plan out where I want my windows to go. Now I think for this carton, I'm just gonna do 1 window. Again, about 2 to 3 inches from the bottom. Draw a line, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Got something like this. So this is where the screwdriver and or a pencil will come in handy. If you are using any sharp objects like a screwdriver, scissors, or hot glue gun, please make sure you are seeking assistance if needed. So for this part, what I just want to do is poke a hole in the center. It just makes it a little bit easier to get my scissors into the carton and cut it out, rather than poking a hole with the scissors. So I'm just going to twist the screwdriver through. I have created a hole, and now I will cut. Okay, so step 2 is to create the holes where the string is going to go, and the string is necessary because that holds it on the branch. For example, this was a carton that I made a couple of days ago. We had to just poke holes here. So again, I'm going to use my screwdriver, and you essentially just want to poke a hole about 1/2 inch from the edge of the carton right here. So next step is to create a little sitting area where the bird can sit while they eat. So you can use sticks, you can use golf tees, popsicle sticks if you have them. Any other items that you think of, please feel free to mention in the comments. And we want to ensure that we aren't leaving the house to go and pick up materials for this project. So please get creative and think outside the box for different items that you might be able to utilize. So get your screwdriver if you have one, or again, you can use your scissors or an old pen or pencil if you prefer as well. Now you don't want the stick too low. That small birds might not be able to reach, but you don't want it too high either. You might destabilize the integrity of the house. So I'm going to go about 2 inches from the bottom. Now this part you might have to hold. You might have to hold the back, just be careful. So what I want to do next is grab one of my sticks and put it through. So I have my stick, but because it has this knot on the other end, what I want to do is have this end inside the carton. So what I'm going to do is, I've already used this side to make that hole a little bit bigger, and now I'm going to go through. The knot of the stick catches on the carton and holds in a little bit sturdier. So to reinforce this, you can also put a little bit of hot glue gun around the stick if you prefer, although mine seems to be holding quite sturdy. I've also noticed that there's a little bit of water in the bottom of my carton, and I'm just gonna wipe that up. The next 2 steps, it will be painting the carton and also applying the stick roof. So you can paint first, or you can do the stick roof first. I do find that applying the hot glue to the carton sticks a lot better than applying it to paint. So I prefer to complete the stick roof first, but again, it's completely up to you, whatever you decide to do. So for the roof, and again, similar to the little perching stand, you can use golf tees or pens, pencils, anything that you really are no longer using or that might no longer work is really the best option. So we basically just want the stick to go a little bit off the edge. These ones are a good example. But for this carton, I'd say that's about 1 inch, and I might just go a little bit past that. They don't all have to be the same size. If some of the sticks are a little bit longer, some are shorter, it just adds to the character. You might need to get an adult or somebody to help you with this step. These sticks are a little bit, they're not too thick, but they're quite tough. You can use scissors for this, but I think sometimes your hands might be a little safer. Please make sure that you are picking up sticks that are already on the ground. Please do not pull sticks from the tree. And please be mindful if you are leaving your property. We recommend you visit the Government of Canada website for regulations around COVID-19 prior to participating in any BG activities. We're gonna start gluing the sticks on the house. So you really don't need too much glue. You could do a line of glue or just a couple of dollops. It will be fine. And we're just gonna work our way across. Now the hot glue should dry pretty quickly. It should look something like this. And I'll get started on the back. And we're done. If you choose to, you can cover up the top part as well. You just require a couple more sticks. It doesn't have to be perfectly covered. So the next step is to paint the carton. And considering the bird feeder is going to be outside and exposed to the elements, we have to keep in mind that the rain, the heat, the wind, all these elements of weather might impact our bird feeder a little bit. So just keep that in mind. I have found that acrylic paint works really well, but if you prefer an outdoor paint or another alternative, that's great as well. Now, this is an old table. I use it to sew. I use it as a craft table, but I would advise to put newspaper down or some type of cover to ensure that you aren't getting paint all over your furniture. I'm gonna paint this carton purple. Now you might notice, depending on the type of paint that you're using, it is applying a little bit streaky, which is totally fine. It might just mean that you are going to require a couple more coats. Another thing to be mindful of, because I painted after the stick roof, there are going to be times where I have to be a little bit careful and to get under the sticks to paint, but if you get a little bit of paint on the sticks, there's no problem with that as well. So I finished my first coat of paint. I'm gonna go blow dry it so it dries a little bit quicker. If you choose to do this, that's totally fine. Just be sure not to keep the blow dryer very, very close to the paint. Again, seek an adult's assistance if you need it. Okay, so I finished the first coat of my carton, and you will notice it is a little bit streaky. So I'm going to do a second coat. So just after 2 coats of paint, my bird feeder is pretty good to go. So if you wish, you can continue to paint around it, make it however creative and beautiful as you want, or make it however simple you want as well. It's totally up to you. Get creative and have fun with it. Now that my bird feeder is completely dry, I'm going to attach the string. So again, you want to make sure it is fairly durable and strong string. I wouldn't recommend using something like thread, but something a little bit stronger like even fishing wire might work, or even ribbon. So you probably want it about 100 centimeters, I think that might be roughly. So what we're gonna do is thread in our string and this part might be a little bit tricky, but if you just push with your finger with the thread against the hole, against the opening, let's see. Alright. Now, for any of the paint that messed up, feel free to paint over it, but I don't quite mind. Now what we want to do is make sure that we are tying a strong knot. Looks about good. You could end the bird feeder right here, but I'm just gonna add a couple of embellishments. So I have some buttons that I'm going to see how I can add to my bird feeder to help spruce it up just a little bit.
And here we have the final product. So please feel free to take pictures of your bird feeders, upload them to social media, and tag Burlington Green and let us know all the awesome work that you're doing at home.
So I hope you all enjoyed the upcycling project. I know I've had a lot of fun with it. If you have anything that you'd like to see upcycled, please feel free to let us know in the comments section. Keeping in mind that we want to make sure that these projects are not only fairly easy to make, but require a lot of materials that a lot of us generally have already in the home. So thank you so much to everybody for joining us. If you have any other ideas on what you can upcycle a carton into, feel free to drop a comment. And for upcoming news, April 20th to 24th is not only Volunteer Appreciation Week, it also is Earth Week. Be sure to stay tuned on our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook platforms so you can stay updated on all the fun activities that we have coming your way. Thanks so much for joining us, and don't forget to take pictures, upload them, and tag Burlington Green so we can see all the awesome work that you're doing at home. Have an awesome day. Bye.